أن تعيد النظر في كثير من قضايا مقدمين اللجوء اليمنيين. هناك أناس في حاجة ماسة للجوء من أجل حمايتهم ولديهم قضايا.
On December 14, the Immigration Office on Jeju Island decided to grant refugee status to 2 Yemeni asylum seekers, the first move of its kind since the inflow into the Republic of Korea early this year. Controversy on this issue is heating up by this move, even though it's only 2 out of 484 Yemenis who have entered into the southern island and applied for refugee status since April. Moreover, there are already over 800 refugees who have been given refugee status in South Korea since 1994. Then why has it sparked an intense argument this time? Korea Now looks into it with K-News today. The decision wraps up this year's application reviews on a total of 484 Yemeni asylum seekers. Excluding the 2 aforementioned, 412 have been given humanitarian stay permits, while 56 others rejected. Applications of 14 candidates were dismissed as they either withdrew their request or violated immigration rules. The 2 applicants obtained the refugee status based on the conclusion of being at risk of persecution in their home country, given past experiences of having been abducted and threatened to death by a rebel army. They worked as journalists responsible for writing articles that criticized the rebel forces in Yemen. Furthermore, those who obtained refugee status and stay permits may leave the island to other parts of the country. Those with refugee status are entitled to basic social benefits that are provided to ordinary Koreans in the low-income bracket, and their children will be able to attend school. However, this year's ratio of granting refugee status to Yemeni asylum seekers is less than 1%, which shows South Koreans are still reluctant to embrace foreign refugees. All the more, the Ministry of Justice explained that the disapproved applicants were those who entered into Korea to avoid their country's civil war and the rebels' conscription. This does not meet the standard of United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, which states civil war and escape as the very general grounds for protection of refugees. Nevertheless, the results are criticized by not only progressive civil rights advocates, but also conservative civic groups as well. The latter argues that worries about security have increased within the island, with biased perspectives on the Muslim religion and numerous unconfirmed accusations of Yemenis committing crimes, adding to the hostile reception of the asylum seekers. It also allegedly is told to be difficult to discern real political refugees from the fake who are after illegal employment. This perspective has to do with the fact that the number of refugees fleeing the civil war in Yemen and seeking shelter on Jeju Island through its visa waiver program rapidly increased this year. No Yemenis requested refugee status in Jeju in the first year of the war. Only 7 did so in 2016 and only 42 in 2017. But the number of applications rose to almost 500 in 2018. Reflecting the negative public sentiment, some petitions were posted on the Blue House website requesting the expulsion of Yemeni refugees. On the other hand, the former criticizes the screening process is too strict to protect the civil rights of Yemen. The head of South Korea's human rights watchdog expressed her regrets over the result of application reviews by the Justice Ministry. Choi Young-ae, chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, said it won't help resolve the refugee problem to reinforce requirements for the refugee status simply due to the negative public sentiment. She also urged that the government's refugee policy should accord with international human rights standards. In the past, South Korea was once a country with a painful modern history that produced a large number of refugees. Through the Japanese colonial rule, national division, and Korean War, many Koreans had turned their backs to their homeland and fled into other countries. This experience has bolstered the opinion that embracing the refugees is a chance for Seoul to repay the debt from the international community. Moreover, the problem of refugees has now become a global issue that no state can simply ignore. Nonetheless, it is also necessary to prevent fake asylum seekers from abusing the system and taking measures to speed up deliberations on refugee applications. Then what should be the next step? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching Korea Now.